what an honor to follow Gardner Campbell. I mean, that's a real task, but I am pleased that you're giving a woman the last word. So I'm here to kind of wrap it up. What an amazing day. I've learned so much. We had 18-minute talks, 8 of them, back to back, over and over. We went out of the planet. We talked about saving this planet. We're going to play games. We went inside our bodies and learned about micro everything, systems thinking. I mean, it's ironic because the last talk there was probably the most complex. I mean, you can't summarize this with a drawing. But I think that's perfect. We were challenged intellectually, emotionally, and physically moved. And this is great because that's what really good learning is about. We want to touch on those domains of learning, the cognitive, the affective, and the psychomotor. Kolb's cycle of learning goes through this full cycle of concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. All of us have some entry point into this cycle of learning, and really good learning experiences will move us through this. So I wonder where you think that your entry point is, and where did you most resonate with the talks today? So very simply, you can think of it as your head, your heart, and your hand in every learning experience that you have. Temple Grandin has a great TED Talk, and she says that the world needs all kinds of minds, and this is really true. So and if you know Temple Grandin, she's an amazing thinker, and the way that you approach your learning is really important because as a teacher, as Stephen Brookfield says, how we study our own autobiographies as learners is essential to our development as teachers. So I'm really lucky because I was able to already cycle through this, at least preliminarily, through all this entire thing because I was taking notes. Not just any kind of notes, I was taking visual notes, sometimes known as graphic note-taking. When the technology was cooperating with us, you were able to see some of them projected on screen. I've never had to do 18-minute talks and have a completed drawing before, but I made my way through. So first we learned about Laura Snyder talking about the Philosophical Breakfast Club and the 4 men that changed science. I would like to add that there's Ada Lovelace helped Charles Babbage there, but she didn't say that, but I'll just interject to change her TED Talk. So I'm using little visual cues to help me remember what happened in the talk, and these are great things that you can either use for yourself or you can tell other people. Of course, we had the amazing Jim Groom come up here with just bombastic energy, telling us about a domain of one's own. I had to include the unicorn because apparently those are really important. So what is education for? It's for being idealistic and talking about moving beyond just the LMS black box. Jim has consistently inspired me, so I'm really pleased to be able to draw him again. Then we talked about the value of basic research. This was really interesting. You'll note that I put that tapeworm is the size of the accent. And I was really impressed because I know that working with scholars is like herding cats, but this actually seemed a lot like not herding cats because it's been so amazingly successful. And I really I've put the triplets on there because it's true, we're born scientists, and babies are the best scientists, playing and eating things. So they have the sand and the leaf, so we can remember that. And really, we do learn from each other. I mean, that's what we're doing right now. Babies are going to save the world. It's amazing. But this was a call to action for us because this lies with the adults. So I thought this was another great talk that I tried to capture as much with pictures, with the baby holding the earth, saving our world through economics and the environment for sure. Just doing those early interventions and whatever we can do. And this is the great thing about TED Talks because there's all these chances to do these call to action. Jane McGonigal, she talked about how gaming can make a better world. I wonder how that's working out because that was in 2010, but all those hours spent saving a virtual world, so hopefully it's going somewhere. And learning about prototype habitable planets, not planets, exoplanets. That's something I learned today, outside of our solar system. I put the little prince there. I wonder if he had a good place to live. And our world is changing. A way that we can contribute and do some crowdsourcing and crowdfunding. I love the analogy, it's not in this drawing here, but of the pot and sharing and bringing together, especially to make something really important happen, like a party. And Gardner, wow. Okay, so this one is when you see the final drawing, is actually going to be very complicated and very intricate and will not even remotely do it justice. Gardner blows my mind repeatedly every time I try and draw anything that he talks about. I'm still processing what happened last year, but luckily I have my visual notes from last year that I can refer to, and just some amazing ideas. So as I was saying, I take some of the literal ideas and some of the metaphorical ones, and I just sort of draw images on the iPad so that you can refer to them after. All these ideas act as imagery that run through my mind. So usually when I would be sitting and listening, when I hear a metaphor or I hear a literal object being described, I picture it. And just like Temple Grandin, not remotely as brilliant as she is, but she also thinks in pictures. And so it's been something that I've been able to translate into very simple, basic drawings. There's another really great TED Talk by Joshua Foer, and he talks about the feats of memory that anyone can do, and he has a book called Moonwalking with Einstein. And so he was just a science journalist, and he went on this journey to try and win a memory championship. He just has a regular memory, and he actually ends up winning the championship because he learns this great technique from the ancient Romans, where they would use a physical location to walk their way through their talk. So they would do like long hours, treaties, walking through this spatial place where each room in their house had a topic sentence, basically, of what the main idea that they wanted to talk about. And so he uses that to memorize like huge number of cards and all sorts of different things. And I try and anchor the same kind of idea with my drawings. Of course, I'm externalizing it into my own drawing. My memory palace is a little bit messier. It's not quite so tidy as his. But really, it's trying to incorporate the head, the heart, and the hand. Every time that I draw, I'm thinking, processing, I'm making connections to my own affective feeling, and then I'm actually physically moving my hands. So I know this isn't the kind of TED where I can, make a wish, but if I were to make a wish, I would hope that all of you try and take some visual notes at least sometime, or you at least give an opportunity for your students or your learners, or somebody that you're with, somebody that you're, a child that you're growing up with, raising, to come try and take some visual notes. I know what you're going to say, but I'm not an artist, but yes, you are. So another great talk is by Sunny Brown, and she points to this where the artistic process unfolds. And we start off with, all the same developmental progress. And right around the time that we go to school, we either stop or stall our drawing. But that's okay. Well, first of all, you have the ability to grow beyond that, no matter how old you are. But second, it doesn't really matter because it's all really just basic shapes. So all my drawings I'll be completed. I'll be uploading them to Flickr, and I will be tweeting them out, and I'll be using this hashtag. So you are more than welcome to use them, take them apart, critique them, do all the things that we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be sharing these ideas. You can take them and use them as you like. I release them under a Creative Commons, so just like TED Talks, so that we can reuse the material. That's how I use my drawings. They're not something that I consider to be mine. These are ideas that other people are sharing to bring forward. So I'm going to invoke David Wiley right now and his 4 R's. So feel free to redistribute, reuse, revise, and remix these. And so that's my last call to you, is to take the drawings. I want you to maybe sing a song, do a dance, whatever you like to do. We want to take the ideas that we had today, because the most important thing isn't just what happened here today. It's what you're going to do tomorrow with these great ideas. So hopefully that my drawings can help be an anchor for you as you move forward. Do your own drawings. Write a blog post on your own domain. It would be great. So go on. Go forth. Thank you.
That's amazing.
I started quivering.